welcome back to 24 Days of Leila Land. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I am feeling very much like I really want to wear my favourite lippy, which is the NYX Liquid Suede Tea and Cookies. I love this one. It's kind of my favourite one for spring and summer, but I'm just feeling like I want a bit of a comfort lippy on today, so I wanted to reach for this one. And I thought that I would have a chat with you all whilst I get ready, because you may have noticed that I've been very, very quiet for the past few days. There's been no videos, there's been very little on social media, and that is because I have been in the throes of one of the biggest and most exhausting, most debilitating anxiety attacks that I've had in years. It's actually been really good because there have been a lot of positives come out of it. So I kind of wanted to share it with you because I feel like the more people open up about their own anxiety issues, the more it makes other people feel safe to do so as well and feel less like it's something they need to hide. We've actually found some new techniques, I think, for dealing with my anxiety anyway. So I wanted to share those with you because if you're somebody who suffers from anxiety, or you're somebody who is close to somebody that suffers with anxiety, I'm hoping that this will give you a little bit of an insight into helping yourself, helping somebody else. So yeah, before I start though, I'm just going to go and do my hair and my eyebrows because I hate doing those on camera as it is, but definitely not when I'm chatting. Give me a sec, you go and subscribe and hit your notification bell if you haven't already, and I'll be back in a second avec eyebrows and hair up. Okie dokie, there we go, I feel better now. Just in case you're interested, I used the Makeup Revolution Brow Pomade in dark brown with the Spectrum A17 brush for my brows, and the hair's just in a messy bun. That's pretty much all I can manage today, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to use the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation with the Spectrum A03 for my base, and let's just crack on because I'm off to see the new Star Wars film tonight with Paul. You may notice I'm not quite so dead looking because I fake tanned the other night. Like, I do embrace the pale, but I sometimes think I can look so pale in winter that I almost look ill. And I haven't been feeling myself, and I haven't been feeling super sparkly, so I thought I would just perk myself up a little bit, give myself a little splash all colour. I mean, do I just look standard colour to everybody else? But for me, this is like mega tanned. Okay, so speaking of not feeling my best, I wanted to have a chat with you about anxiety because I know I've mentioned it before and I know I've done a couple of videos explaining that I do have anxiety and it's something that I've dealt with for a long, long time since I was a child. I've always been quite highly strung, shall we say, most of the time. It's manageable and I can kind of just crack on with my day, and 9 times out of 10, if I get an attack, it's something that I'm really good now at talking myself down from. And weirdly, I think being in a situation like I was with Charlotte, for any new viewers who don't know, Charlotte, my youngest daughter, had a brain hemorrhage in her sleep one night and was in a coma. And then 4 days after that, she was waking up out of the coma and had multiple strokes. So I was there for the whole lot of that. And it was one of those things that it was really lucky that Charlotte was actually having a girly sleepover in my bed when it happened, because I woke up as it happened and managed to call an ambulance and saved her. But if I hadn't have been in the room with her, she definitely would have died. There's no way she would have survived. Like, they only just got to her in time as it was, so another sort of 5 or 10 minutes even would have killed her. And so when a stressful situation pops up or something happens that sets anybody's anxiety off, we know we can get through anything, because that is literally the worst situation that we could have been in, and we got through it and we're still smiling and we're still all together and it's fine. So I'm really good now at, when I'm in an anxiety attack mode, I'm really good now at talking to myself and saying it's fine, it'll pass, it's not going to last forever, just go with it. And it doesn't then add to it. So the anxiety will be at its level for as long as it's going to be, but then I don't add to it by getting anxious about me being anxious, which if you have anxiety, that makes total sense to you, I'm sure. But this time was really like, I don't know, it was quite major this time, and I get to the point where I can still tell myself it won't last, and I can still tell myself nothing's wrong, it's just my body reacting, it's just a chemical reaction, and that's usually fine. It's usually something I can manage and I can still get on with my day, and I can still, things are a bit more, but I can manage. This time, for whatever reason, it had escalated. massively. I'm saying for whatever reason, I think I know the reason. I've lost a palette. What's there? I'm using, just before I crack on as well, I'm using my Makeup Revolution Flawless 2, I believe. Flawless Matte 2 eyeshadow palette. This was one of the first eyeshadow palettes I got from Makeup Revolution and was, yeah, definitely instrumental in me just falling head over heels with Makeup Revolution. So I'm just going to do a really neutral look today because I'm just going to do really nice soft eyes, and then I'm going to put my favourite lippy on because I just need a little bit of comfort right now, and that's my favourite. When it gets bad, I can kind of literally hibernate, and I'm sure once people get to know me, they kind of see it coming a lot more. But I get to the point where I don't want to go out, I don't want to speak to anybody. It starts off as very much I'll cancel plans and appointments, and the thought of having to talk to somebody just really is hard work. It's so energy draining. And if I can kind of see it coming, then that's fine. But this time, I don't think I was able to see it coming. I've not been out to the cinema with everybody for weeks. There have been other things. I've been really busy, and I've had other, like, Christmas presents to buy instead of going out and things. But it's been more a case of I just don't want to go out. There's too many people, and whatever I have done has just drained my energy entirely. Then Charlotte started school, and I've actually found that super, super stressful. To not have Charlotte with me and to know that she's got these kind of really serious medical issues that could quite easily happen and could quite easily kill her one day is I'm sure you can imagine the most stressful thing ever to have her away from me. I think because we've been kind of let down by people, I find it so hard to trust anybody with her. So now she's gone back to school, I'm having to learn to trust these people and to trust that they will act if there's a problem, and they know what the problem is to look for and who to ring, and the fact that they will ring if there's a problem. It's kind of been really difficult to trust anybody. So my mum made a really good point the other day as well, that I kind of walk around like permanently panicking and on edge and like ready to react to something if there's a problem. So I think my anxiety has just been going up and up and up and up, but because I've been concentrating on Charlotte, I've not noticed it creep up. And poor Paul, I literally got to the point where I couldn't speak. I could not speak and articulate anything just to even let him know that it was just anxiety, and I just could not get the words out, and I literally just wouldn't speak. So Paul had started thinking that I was mad at him and there was a problem between us, and obviously that then set his anxiety off, which made it worse for me because I felt bad because I knew it was me setting his anxiety off. And I'd try and say, it's not you, I'm just tired, I'm just really tired, but that had came out like I was shouting at him or I was snapping at him, and I wasn't. I just couldn't speak and just couldn't do anything. So yeah, the poor boy, he's had it rough for a few days, bless him. And then I saw my mum the other day. We went to see Charlotte's school's Christmas play, and she'd kind of picked up on it, obviously, as mums do, and had said, "You've been really quiet for a few days, what's going on, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, I just feel really tired, I don't know why." And mum kind of laughed and said, "What do you mean you don't know why?" And I said, "Well, there's nothing bad happened, I'm sleeping, but I'm just really shattered." And she'd kind of said, "You do realise how stressed you've been and how stressful life's been for the past few weeks. You've had all this to deal with." And the penny dropped, and that was it. I was just like, I wanted to cry. And I'm sat at Charlotte's school like, can't cry, can't cry. And I actually said to her, can you have a word with Paul, please, and just let him know what's going on? Which has turned out to be the most genius idea I've ever had. Whilst I'm waffling, I'm about to just pop my Super Cat mascara, not mascara, my Super Cat liner from Soap and Glory. I'm not doing a wing or anything, I'm just doing a basic line on the upper lids. But yeah, this turned out to be like the best idea ever. Like, my mum's medically trained, she was a radiographer for years and years and years. She's now a chiropodist, so she's used to kind of bullet pointing things and just getting to the point and not kind of flanneling it up and everything. So she was actually amazing and sent Paul this fabulous message that basically just said, right, I know you know about all this that's happened, I know you know Layla really well, she just wants you to know that this is nothing to do with you haven't done anything, she's not fallen out with you, this is just how Layla's anxiety works. at this stage in the game, she can't really articulate what she's thinking and process things. So she just wanted me to have a word and just let you know that, and just let you know it's just an anxiety thing. So just give her a cuddle and she'll be all right. She'll get through it, which made Paul feel a million times better. So in one of my other videos, I actually mentioned about telling somebody how you feel, and you know, that you're feeling anxious or you're feeling like your anxiety's kicking off a little bit. And that's what's happened in this case. My mum's noticed, I've kind of said something to her. She's gone and had a word with Paul. Paul understands the situation. So everybody's kind of giving me a bit of space, but letting me know I'm loved and I'm safe and everything's fine. So I kind of wanted to speak to you lot about it and let you know that it has happened, and I've done one of the things that I mentioned to you in my last anxiety related video, where I kind of talked about things to do during an anxiety attack. And it's worked, and it's helped everybody feel better in the situation. Yeah, so that's been really good. My mum also came up with a cracking idea that I wanted to share with you, and this is another reason I wanted to do this video. Mascara is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. So yeah, my mum had an amazing idea that she messaged me last night and just said, I've got it on my eyelid already. That's not what she said. She just said, why don't you have like a word or a phrase for me and Paul to use, or me and everybody to use, where if I'm feeling like that again and I can't kind of get the words out, or I can't kind of talk about it, but just to let everybody else know that what the situation is, I can say the word. So if I kind of say this phrase or I say the word, everybody knows to just leave me be, give me a cuddle or whatever. So at least they know that I'm not mad at people, or there's nothing, you know, going on. I've not like fallen out with everybody. Which would be brilliant, because Paul really does suffer with anxiety a lot as well, bless him. And one of the things that really sets him off is if he thinks that there's a problem between the two of us. So if he thinks I'm mad at him, or if he thinks we're arguing about something, it really, really sets his anxiety off, which I don't want, and I certainly don't want to be the cause of. So for me to kind of be feeling anxious, but then not think I'm causing him to be anxious, just makes me 100 times worse. So it would be amazing actually, and I just think it's such a good idea for, you know, if I'm kind of being quiet, or, you know, he thinks I'm being withdrawn or whatever, I can just kind of say, well, sausages, for example, and he then knows, oh, okay, she's just going through one of these times. I mean, they don't happen often, and they don't happen often this bad, but it will happen again. It just will. So yeah, that's how anxiety works. It's, you know, you learn how to deal with it. I just thought that was an amazing idea, and I wanted to share it with you all as well, because I know some of you suffer with anxiety as well, and if you don't, I pretty much guarantee you will know somebody who does. So you could maybe suggest that to them as a way of helping them to feel that they can communicate a little bit more when they're in those times where it's really difficult to communicate and articulate yourself. So just make it easier on people. Anxiety is all about learning to live with it, learning to manage it, learning to not have it rule your life. But also, it's about other people learning how to deal with you. You know, I hate those days where people just kind of tell you to just pull your socks up and get on with it, because it is not that simple. And if you're in the middle of a full-blown anxiety attack, you would love to be able to just click your fingers and stop feeling that way, but it's just not how it works. I'm not that special. Pretty much every single person has encountered stress and something traumatic for them. So we're all the same. Let's face it, there's nothing special about me whatsoever. And especially at this time of year, it just is bloody stressful. You've got a lot to think about. We have a lot to think about in our days anyway, but then add on top of that holidays, kids being off, presents to get for people, extra money to get presents for people, feeling like you're not getting enough of a present for somebody because you maybe can't get them something that you would like to get them, and feeling like that's not good enough, and trying to remember to post cards at the right time before it's too late to get them there for Christmas, and food, and relatives coming round, or organising visits to relatives, maybe relatives you don't get on with as well. As I've said a million times on this channel, I'm a huge ally for the LGBTQ plus community, and God, my heart goes out to anybody who doesn't feel that they can come out or aren't ready to come out yet, and know that they've got relatives who aren't the type of people you would want to be around, who are maybe a little bit bigoted and a little bit, you know what I'm saying, don't you? You know where I'm going. And that's stressful, knowing that you're gonna have to spend time with people that make you feel less than you should feel. And yeah, that's just, nobody should ever be in that situation. So we all find this time of year stressful. I love Christmas, it's my favorite time of year. I love giving presents, I love having my family around, I love baking and cooking things for them, but it is stressful. We all could do with some pointers and some love, and just a reminder that it's not forever and you will get through it. I don't think I'm going to bother contouring today. Like I said, I just want really, really basic makeup. I haven't worn makeup for ages because I've just not felt up to putting it on, to be honest with you. And I'm using, shock horror, I know, a Makeup Revolution blush palette. This is Hot Spice, and it's just some really nice peachy warm tones, which is just what I want for my cheeks, just to give me a bit of a healthy glow rather than full blusher. So just dub 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 dub. Really love their palettes. It's probably not coming across on camera, but honestly, just the gentlest couple of taps into that and then blend it out just gives you such a nice, healthy glow. Really thought. Then I want a little bit of highlighter. Just again, just for that little bit of a healthy sheen. I'm loving highlighter at the minute. I'm really getting a bit obsessed with highlighter, you know. Again, it's a Makeup Revolution one. It's one of the strobe highlighters, and this one is Moon Glow. And this is kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of a lilac tint to it as well. It'll do perfectly, thank you. And my little Primark fan brush. I really love these fan brushes. They just fit my face beautifully. Look at that. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for my face. Oh god, here we go. It's another one with an epically long name. So this is the NYX Cosmetics Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and Definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Colour Lip Liner, in brackets. This lip liner is so good, the name had to be this long. They do it with the flipping eyeliners as well, and I can't just say, blurt out which one it is. I think it's a lip lingerie one. Yeah, this one is in Nude Suede Shoes. But then, this little Berber. So this is, we all know I am obsessed with the NYX Liquid Suede lip colours. I have got more liquid suedes, I think, than all of my other lip colours combined. Shall I do a video and show off my liquid suede collection? So this is one of my absolute favourites, and it's in Tea and Cookies, which is a beautiful pink colour. I don't usually like pink on my lips. I usually really like them, and then think, yeah, I can totally pull this off, it's fine. Get home, put it on and think, oh, I don't like it, I don't think I suit them. Yeah, that's made me feel better already. I really, really hope that this video has made sense to somebody, and I really, really hope that I've given you a little bit of an understanding as to where I've been for the past few days, and I really do apologise for the lack of content from me, but I hope you understand why. I knew you would do, because you're all just so wonderful and bloody lovely, so thanks. I really hope as well that it's helped to just normalise anxiety. I mean, we live in a stressful world, and there are a lot of pressures on all of us, no matter who we are, and I hope that I can show you that you can get through it and you can feel better and you can take some control of it. So I hope I've given you some ideas for trying to deal with it, and yeah, Thanks, Mum, for that idea of like a code word or a code phrase that I can say to people to say that that's kind of how I'm feeling at the time, because I think that will really, really help in my situation, and hopefully it will help some of you as well. So in terms of 24 Days of Leila Land, you are still going to get 24 videos. You just might get a few at once as I catch up, but you will absolutely have 24 days of Leila Land. You will definitely get 24 videos. Give this one a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Go and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you again very, very soon with another video.